Today we're going to show you how to plumb up a 6-roller pump and a 100-gallon sprayer without a boom. I'm going to walk you through step by step of how you plumb it up, your ins and outs, your regulators, and what I spray with no boom. What we got here, we got a 3-point hitch 100-gallon sprayer. And as you notice, I don't have a boom. It has a boom jet nozzle that's capable of spraying. It spray about 40 foot at one time. So you can move over some ground pretty quick with this. And it takes a lot of water to run it too, but I love it. I don't have to worry about my boom. We out here in this rough ground and on the hills, and when I go through these valleys and dips, I don't have to worry about my booms hitting the ground or raising them up, letting them up and down. This fan nozzle, it just blows out, and it works real great for what I do. The system operates on a 6-roller pump. That 6-roller pump runs off my PTO there on my tractor. But the main thing I wanted to do is go over with you how you plumb it. This one didn't have the 3 lines. It only had 2 lines coming out of the bottom of the tank. It didn't have the 3rd line going in. So you got 2 fittings there. One's a out and one's a in. Run this valve here straight to the end of my pump. Your pump will say in or out. And once I come out of my pump, I go up. In from your pump right here. This one right here turns my boom jet on the back. Now this one, as you can tell, I've cut it off. I got it cut off right there. But it's for a hand wand. You can spray with a hand wand with it. And your regulator, you screw your regulator on there, and you just come out of your regulator, and it goes back to the tank. That way the unused water and chemical can go back into the tank and circulate. That way you don't blow no line or anything like that. All right, that feeds the pressure into my gauge up here. My gauge, can't see that side of it. You have to put a regulator on here, if not you'll run too much pressure and blow your gauge there, and you just won't operate. But I picked this gauge up here at a local spray store, about 21 bucks for a little 1/2-inch regulator there, regulator valve. And you just simply, when you get your RPMs to what RPM you want to run, you just screw this and set your pressure where you want it. This particular system here with this boom jet 5880, and that spray 40 feet, and it tells me on the specs of it, it operates best between 20 and 40 pounds of pressure. So I'm operating mine on 30 pounds there. Once you get this pump on, it slips right on your PTO there. It's got a little slip coupling. You just slide it on off your PTO. You have to put a chain around it to hold it, because when that PTO engages, it wants to do that, and you got that chain there. It catches it, keeps it from spinning. That's all that does. Now, when you take your sprayer off, you have to unbolt this. I'm gonna probably come up with a little easier, quicker way to do that. I was excited about using this thing, and so that's what I did to get me going there. But when you unhook it, basically all I'm gonna do is, all the plumbing's on the tank. So you can spin this right there. I got it a little snug, but you can spin that to wherever you want to so you can reach it. But it's all self-contained. That way, whenever I get ready to unhook from it, I unhook my 3-point hitch, take my PTO loose back there, lay my pump, set my pump back here on my sprayer, and I can pull off from it and go hook to the next implement with no problem. But once you get it all plumbed up, cut your PTO on, get your RPMs where you're gonna want to spray at, where you want your tractor to run at, and you cut your boom on. Best to do it before you put the chemical in there. You just want just straight water for when you're trying to calibrate and set these things. Cut it on just like you operating a sprayer, and you just turn this in or out to raise and lower your pressure. And I got mine running. I run my sprayer at about 2,000 RPMs, and I got it set at about 30 pounds of pressure there. You have to move pretty quick with this particular unit because it puts out a lot of water, so you can spray, 10, 12 mile an hour with it. So you can move pretty fast and cover a lot of ground. 40-foot whisk at 10 mile an hour cover quite a bit of ground. I still got a little tinkering to do. I had a strap broke on. That's what it's supposed to look like. But yeah, as you can tell, I had a ratchet strap laying around, so I just put it on there and went and sprayed with it, and it worked fine. But I'm gonna pick up another strap. Picked this sprayer up pretty cheap. Didn't nobody want to bid on it at the auction because it didn't have no pump with it. It didn't come with a pump. I had to buy the pump separate, but it didn't come with it. But when you look this here nozzle up online, it's pretty expensive. I got less than this whole rig here, minus the pump and the parts I put in it, than what that boom jet right there cost you. So that kind of gives you an idea how good of a deal I got on it. So, you watch out for that kind of stuff. People think that because it's parts missing that it ain't no good. We take stuff like this and turn it around and use it. Drop me a line in the comments and let me know what you're using for a sprayer, or if you've used one of these and with that boom jet, and how you like it, or do you prefer a wider boom? So far so good. I sprayed a tank through it and it worked perfect. The wind was a little high, so I didn't spray a whole bunch. I sprayed down the bottom there. I'm spraying some 2,4-D there in the pasture and them briars, where I bush hogged them briars and stuff. But so far so good. I'm enjoying it and I like it. I'm excited to see what the results is going to be here in the next 10 days after the chemical works or whatever. Appreciate y'all watching, and as always, God bless, and we'll see y'all next time.